Hello there. What is going on, everybody? We have some new X-Wing stuff in the pipe. We've got a preview of the new TIE Bomber expansion for Star Wars X-Wing coming from AMG. This is, it's been a while since we've had any X-Wing news out of AMG, so I think this is pretty exciting. The new TIE Bomber is falling in to the sort of the 2-for-1 packaging. This is kind of how all small ships are going to be moving forward. You're always going to get the 2 small ships in one box. You're not going to be able to buy single small ship blister packs like days of old anymore. And this is due to a number of reasons, but it has a lot to do with in bulk. The cost of packaging gets reduced significantly here, and so it's a way for for people to kind of do well if they're looking to buy more than one of something. However, if you're only looking to buy a single bomber, you're going to have to buy 2 or split the cost with somebody else. But that doesn't always work out too well because we've got some new cards in here that each of you might want. So we're going to take a look at some of these new cards. If you guys are new here to the channel, we are still giving away that $50 Amazon gift card. That is running all the way through the end of the month. You have plenty of time left to enter to win that. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. If you're already subscribed, you're already halfway there, folks. You just got to leave a comment. Let me know some of your favorite ships in the Star Wars universe. The TIE Bomber first showed up in Empire Strikes Back. Really great movie. We were just watching that like last week. I've been going through rewatching all of the Star Wars movies this summer with the kids. Got some of the younger ones that have never, well, they've seen Star Wars a little bit. They don't really remember it, so it's kind of like a first watch for some, a rewatch for others. It's always really cool. So it's nice seeing the bombers, in the big screen again. So this is part of the reprints. So this isn't an all new ship, but there is all new stuff that's coming along with this. Now, one thing that this is going to do, this is going to put TIE Bombers back in legal standard play for being in the black box. It's going to make them available to a lot of players again. You're going to be able to finally get your hands on this. And this isn't the only ship. There's lots of other things, the YT-2400, the gunboat, and possibly more stuff in the future. Not sure if we're going to get any all new ships until everything has been reprinted. I'm not sure what the future is going to hold beyond reprints, but we are getting new content. And that comes in the way of the new standardized loadouts. So we have a couple of new standard loadouts to talk about. The first 2 we're going to talk about are Deathfire and Major Rhymer. And now all of these guys have new pilot abilities. A lot of them have most of them have new equipment that they would not have been able to take. For example, a second bomb on Deathfire. Or a second device slot. I always call them bombs. It's the X-Wing 1.0 in me, right? But yeah, so Deathfire here says after you fully execute a speed 3 to 5 maneuver, if you have not dropped or launched the device this round, you may spend 2 charge. By the way, he's got 2 charge recurring to drop or launch a bomb using the 3-up template. So that's kind of cool. Now he comes with Connor nets and proton bombs. So it's a drop or launch a bomb. Shouldn't it be drop or launch a device? My X-Wing terminology might be a little rusty there. I wonder if that means he can only use the proton bombs, or can he still use the net, or is the net can't use the net with that ability, can only launch the bomb that way? Not really exactly sure, but yeah, and all these still have the nimble bomber keyword. So all the TIE bombers have this. It allows you to use the curved one instead of the regular one if you're doing that one. So that's something that the bombers were gained in 2.0 that they didn't have initially in 1.0. He's going to have swift approach during the system phase. After you drop or launch a device, he can perform a white barrel roll or boost even while stressed. Of course, he has Connor nets and the proton bombs. I always liked the proton bombs in 1.0, and I like them in 2.0 also. They're just, they're one of those ways to just guarantee to put some damage on somebody. And the Connor nets are just so huge, though. The Connor nets are cool, too. You also have Major Rhymer down here at Initiative 4. Major Rhymer has a new ability. It says, while you perform a torpedo torpedo attack. He does have advanced proton torpedoes, by the way. While you perform a torpedo attack, if the defender is in your bullseye, you can change an eyeball to a critical. Now, the interesting thing about this is that, it's a huge major difference from him. I almost kind of prefer the old one, giving you extra range. But, it's something. Now, he's got automated loaders and afterburners, which that one's kind of cool. I think he only had one modification before, so he's got new gear that he couldn't have equipped, as well as a new ability. So that's kind of cool. So you not only are you getting like a quick build, you're also getting an all new pilot ability, and you're getting an impossible selection of upgrades that you wouldn't have been able to have normally. So I thought that was pretty cool. When we move forward a little bit, we're going to see we've got also Tomax Bren and Captain Jonas. Tomax has some interesting stuff. He also has torpedoes on him, which, again, most bombers couldn't take torpedoes. I think it was what Gamma could or something. It's hard to remember like the upgrades for all of them, but yeah. So after Tomax says, after you perform a barrel roll action, you may spend 2 charge. If you do, you gain a focus token. And again, he's got 2 charge recurring, so every other turn you can barrel roll and get a free focus, which is pretty cool. I guess that'll work well if you've got your plasma torpedoes. Like you target lock one round and then you get your focus, then barrel roll the next round to kind of, arc dodge or to line up the shot. He also has True Grit, and along with those plasma torpedoes and the ion bombs. Ion is so nasty, isn't it? It's a pretty cool one, but not quite as devastating as the protons. We also have Captain Jonas, who now has also a different ability. It says, after you drop or launch a device, gain an evade token. Kind of liked the rerolls a little bit better from the other Captain Jonas, but I mean, evade is okay. I mean, at least you are 2 agility ships. I don't know. I mean, they've got the hull. It also depends on what he's going to cost, too, because bombers weren't ever really that expensive, so, you were kind of always disposable, but then again, the named bombers were always a little more expensive. So it depends what the point cost for these ones will be. He has top cover, and after a friendly ship at range 0 to 1 defends, if you have not dropped or launched a device this round, you may launch a device using the 3 straight or 3 bank template. You ignore the effects of friendly devices. I don't know if that's a new one or if that one's already in the game or not. Let me know it down in the comments section, because that one sounds newish to me, but I don't build bomber lists very often. I did recently, like in my last battle report, I was running B-Wing bombers, but I don't recall top cover. So again, there's a lot of upgrade cards between all the versions of X-Wing. Sometimes I get a little confused if something was in first edition and then got taken out for second edition and is now being brought back in, or vice versa, or some kind of combination therein. But so there's been a lot of changes over the years. This is kind of like its 3rd edition now, too. Another thing that I think is really interesting about this, in addition to him having barrage rockets and proton bombs, so he's kind of like one of the more offensively outfitted bombers, which is kind of nice about him. It seems like this expansion, I feel like kind of they're embracing, like they were calling this edition kind of 2.5 for a long time. But like in the link, there's a link that you can pre-order this, and they named the entry TIE-3-SA, and it's basically like they're calling I don't know what the 3 is in there for, or if the 3 is like part of just like, look, this is the 3rd edition of X-Wing, so they're just kind of internally calling it that, even though they can't like publicly say, hey, this is X-Wing 3rd edition, because even though it's fine, it's a new edition, it is what it is, but that's so I thought that was interesting, or maybe I'm just totally misreading it. By the way, if you want to pre-order this, I'll put a link down in the description below so you can check that out for yourself. I want to point out it does look like it's going to come with generic upgrade cards. I know that was definitely a criticism of some of the new stuff that they were releasing in the past and previews and other things is that looked like they were trying to like pushing really, really hard to ban generics from the game by like just not including them in any new product anymore. And at least according to the product listing, it looks like generics are going to be in this box. So that's probably a big. I mean, granted, they're still probably going to be point costed into an unplayable point cost, but at least they'll be there. And I hope that AMG embraces generics again. I really liked the idea of running generics without any upgrades. I mean, it was just a way to to have like cheaper, quick. It was the original quick build, right? Like running an X-wing with no upgrades, at just bare bones cost was like the original quick build for X-wing. And if that's kind of what they're going for, let's embrace those generics just a little bit more, man. I thought that was really cool. But that's one of my little pet peeves about X-wing and the state of the game today. I loved running generics because it was quick and easy and allowed me to fly like maybe that one extra ship because I could squeeze him in there for the point. But you don't have to worry about upgrade point costs anymore. But also you don't really kind of get the luxury of bringing generics because they're costed the same as the named pilots and they have hardly any upgrade points, so they're basically not usable. So let's see. Hopefully they, the fact that they're including generics is a good thing. Hopefully they will in the future make them maybe playable again. I don't know. It's kind of on my wish list. All right, guys, that's all I've got for today. I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are super awesome and help make this channel possible. So thank you for your continued support. I will talk to you guys later. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. Cowabunga, so say we all. And take the highway to the danger zone.